Hello, Internet, and welcome to the first episode of Siderealmidnight Plays the Banner Saga 2. Now, for those of you who didn't see the playthrough I just did on the channel that wrapped up like 2 days ago, Banner Saga 2 is a tactical squad-based strategy game developed by Stoic and published by Versus Evil that I describe as the perfect marriage between Fire Emblem and Mass Effect. And I know, I use Fire Emblem a lot, but you use what you know, and I know Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem in pretty much all of their tactics-based games. Now, I was thinking of doing a recap for this myself, but it seems like there's a handy watch recap button right here, so I'll see if the game can do me justice.
When the sun stopped in the sky, life continued as normal. Then the stone-armored dredge reappeared, ancient foes from the far northern reaches, and the world was thrown into chaos. Giant Varl defenders were slaughtered, their strongholds destroyed. Now Hakon is the Varl king and protects who is left of his race. Rook, a humble hunter and father of Alet, found himself leading frightened clansmen towards safety. His caravan crossed paths with Juno and Eyvind, two of the mysterious spellweavers known as Menders, who know something about the massive, mountain-breaking serpent on the loose. In Borsgard, a town under the protection of the mercenary leader Bolverk, both Varl and human stood against a dredge general, the immortal Sunder, known as Bellower. Juno devised a way to stop Bellower, but it cost the life of one held dear. The saga continues.
Alright, yeah, I'll take that. That did pretty good justice. There were a lot of little decisions that they left out, but as far as the heroic tale is concerned, that's about the sum of it. And I think with that, we can actually start a game. Also, oh my god, I didn't know I could pan the intro screen. Look at this that I never would have seen. This weird broken tree over here. Right next to Ivor, holding the banner from the previous game. Now, I believe I should have... yes. There it is. Import saved game. I thought this would be in game. Now, I will say that if you want to see what decisions I made that will be imported into this game, I did a playthrough on my channel that, like I said, finished up a couple days ago of the Banner Saga, which I will leave a playlist to in the description, a playlist link of, that is, in the description of this video and probably every video in this series. For now, though, we're just gonna import the profile 2 here and get started.
Tíminn líður áfram, eins og straumþung á sem fleytir okkur áfram. Time continues washing over us, moment after moment, like waves on a coast. Some more fierce, more violent than others. So few of my kind, the giant war, remain alive. Even so, I find myself wondering if humans, while able to bear children, suffer more for the loss of loved ones. Several weeks have passed since we slew the Sunder known as Bellower, but the chaos of the world did not wither as we hoped. The world is breaking. We sail aboard hastily crafted ships for the safety of Arberain, the human capital. But the river curses us with a clear view of the dreads, assaulting another hopeless village.
Alright, well the cutscene quality is improved. I'm looking forward to seeing that continue. Oh, and we're a different POV character this time. The saga continues, renown +5. Move away from those glowing rocks! This one's mine! Nope, it was not yours. Goodbye, everyone. No! No! To the depths with you! Ah! There's Rook! Keep killing them! And Hakan and Ivor. Damn it, Rook! Quit running ahead! Alright, so now they're just letting us know we can pan. Ooh, that is a lot of dredge over there. Oh, look at this! It's a mom and her dredge kids. Look at that. Mommy, what's happening? Be quiet, darling. Daddy's fighting right now. And then there's a bunch of dredge bodies in the sea, and this guy who apparently took his goats and chickens and fled down the river. Oh, and the tannery, of course, because we have to be by the tannery. I'm really psyched about this nice little, like, artistic detail, the dredge mom and her 3 kids. Because we did find out last game that dredge can have children. I'm not even gonna bother spoiler alerting that. I would assume people who are watching the Banner Saga 2 have probably played the Banner Saga 1, or at least seen it played. I'll click this check mark now. Alright, and it's still, the turn order is still the same. Movement happens before action. This ring shows that Ivor is active. Okay. Yep, Var will take up 4 tiles. Alright, we're learning. We're doing tutorial stuff. And yeah, we can attack either strength or armor, depending on what we want to damage. We're definitely going to take... Strength counts as both health and damage. Yep, I'm aware. And if they fall to 0, they die. Armor blocks strength. Thank you for that. Yep, I'm aware that he only had 7 strength remaining. Get wrecked. He's down. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your characters. Without an enemy to reach, the Dredge Grunt will choose to smash an obstacle in his way. Obstacles on the combat board will make you change tactics, so plan wisely to make them work to your benefit. Okay, so now we actually have impediments. Oh, and they each have 1 strength. I see. I see. That actually is going to change at least some of it. Yep, and now we're learning about willpower, which we can use to move farther and hit harder. Yep. We need 2 willpower for that, and then Hakan can just use Sundering Impact, which allows him to hit multiple adjacents with his heavy impact. Shaboom. Powerful strike. When there's only 1 enemy left, heroes enter pillage mode. During pillage, each hero moves in order and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how the order has changed. So it looks like we're helping Mr. Dagger Spinner here, Aleo. Alright. And then he can rest for a turn, which will allow Rook to do some damage. Click the red icon, then a star above the first icon to add willpower to the attack. The number of stars available each turn are determined by your exertion stat. You'll see the damage number go up as you add willpower. Is it just me, or is the music looping really weirdly? Not finished. Like, the music seems to be looping really weirdly on this. Hopefully it'll be fixed with time. Oh! Damn, Rook is just going for it. Sorry, my phone's doing things. Oh god. Rook, why? You've trapped yourself in the midst of every dredge that has ever existed. I think Rook's a little upset about Alette, if I had to say. Who gets to move? Oh, that guy. That's fantastic. I'm not even gonna bother moving him. I feel like this is one of those times where it's just Rook's time to die. A final blow directed at your head is deflected, and giant horns slam into the dredge surrounding you. Ivor pulls you to your feet and away from combat as other fighters from your caravan rush in to finish off the enemy. Hold on, I need to do something really quickly. There we go. Back now, let's do this. Sorry, I forgot to close Facebook before I started recording. And somebody really wanted my attention. Ivor moves you past the crowd of worried villagers, ensuring you can stand on your own. I don't know what you were... He stops speaking as the village chieftain approaches. A Varl leader saving a human village from those things? Legends are made of much less. No Varl leader, just Ivor. Those things were dredge, like the stories you probably heard as a kid. And it was Rook here who ordered us to stop. Forgive me. Maybe it's this never-setting sun, or dredge, or the deaths of so many of my clansmen. I'm not myself. The man's eyes appraise you, and he quickly nods. I'm Aleo, the Skald. Were you trying to drive the dredge all the way back north by yourself? We should get ready to leave. So soon? But the villagers will want to throw feasts to honor you before you go. He means all of us. Your people too. But the dredge are gone. We defeated them. You've got a lot to learn about dredge. We all do. That reminds me, we heard the rumor the Sunder, Bellower, was laying waste to the rumor, but he's been dealt with. By your clan? Your Sunder Slayers? The term makes Ivor wince and ends Aleo's excitement. But what about the deep shaking the ground? Only yesterday we felt a rumble like none before. You think we have all the answers? Aleo looks shocked and confused. I'm exchanging information with you. It's a normal thing to do here. Get used to things not being normal anymore. Also, I want to point out, Rook does not look well. His hair could use some work. Enough. We need to leave. Not to sound ungrateful, but this place, it's all we have. It's our home. Nod quietly. No, we didn't risk ourselves so the dredge could kill you tomorrow. The Skald looks around at the small huts of his village. Boersgard is the only other place I've seen in my life. This small village is all my family knows. Are things really as tragic as you're making them sound? Probably worse. Aleo looks back and forth between you and Ivor before nodding. Packing and tending to our dead will take some time, but I'll have everyone on the ship soon. Aleo heads off to the village to organize supplies. People thinking we're heroes now? The world is breaking in more ways than one. Ivor, one of the giants known as Varl. I'm just gonna keep saying Varl. I think it's like Warl or something, but... shoot me if I'm wrong. Has fought Dredge in the Northern Winters, personally killed the Sunder Rays, and lost an arm to the Sunder Bellower. He has been by your side through everything, including the death of your daughter. Now you feel the weight of his full attention. What you pulled out there, fighting the dredge alone, was that tied to Alette at all? I'm trying my best to hold it all together. Keep holding it all in and you'll lose it when these people need you most. Well, that was my reason for living after all this died. I remember, but make this caravan your reason now. There's still plenty for you to do. He walks towards the village, leaving you alone with your thoughts. It's okay. Alette went to, weird lunar hell. It's fine. Chapter 8, From Their Homes Must All Flee. Alright, so this is supposed to be one long story. Morale declined, but why? The traveling merchants are surprisingly well stocked, Ubin, the old Varl dubbed Scrivener, says. Since Beauregard, our numbers have grown. People have scavenged for food and eaten it too. Regardless, we'll need plenty of supplies considering our destination. Where can I find the merchants? You can't miss them, he says. A group of tents they call a market. What kind of supplies? Stuff like food and mead for the trip. The merchants have got a few interesting items as well, but folks can't eat those in lean times. You'll have to choose wisely. Even your renown will only stretch so far. Thanks, Ubin. Of course, he says. Oh, almost forgot. There's something ruffling the feathers of the ravens, the mercenaries who followed us from Beauregard. Chat with their leader, Bolverk, but be careful. He's not like other Varl. This medallion gives you information about your caravan, including population, supplies, renown, and the number of days that have passed. This banner indicates that you have enough supplies to provision your caravan for 28 days of rest in your travel. A larger population requires more supplies per day to survive. You can acquire additional supplies at this market. Click on the market to see what's available. Oh man, the merchant who's the same in every town is gone. These are the supplies the merchant has available. He will give you 5 per renown, and you need 7 supplies per day to survive. Does it actually tell us that now? Or is it just telling us that for convenience? This shows what you have. Your 197 supplies will last for 28 days. You have 14 renown available to purchase those supplies. Click this button to add 15 or more supplies to your caravan. Now that you've added your supplies, you must confirm by pressing this button. Wait, I want to see... Ooh, we have additional ranks of stuff. We have a rank 10 item and a rank 7 item. So it looks like we continue to rank up beyond our original ranks. I'll just confirm this for now. Markets also have items available. These items are equipped by your heroes and can provide a great advantage. The required hero rank is shown in the red circles. When finished, exit the market by clicking this button. So we can get Dangler's Eye. So that's +2 strength resist, +1 armor, and -1 movement. Then it's the Obsidian Bell, which we already know about. What does the Clasp of Kin do? +3 to all talent ranks, 1 will per turn, 1 armor per turn, +1 armor break. I wish I could afford that. And then this one is +2 EXE talent. There it is again. The audio for this seems like not quite synced up the way it's supposed to be. +1 range distance, +10% crit chance. I think I'm gonna get Dangler's Eye because that sounds awesome. And then we have Oddleif and Bolverk, I think it was, to talk to. Also, where are we? Alright, the map still loads as slowly as it used to. That's always a good sign. We're here, I guess. So we're gonna pass by Ormsdalr. As Strom led some of the first men east, Ormsdalr is one of the most important places they settled, nestled in the crook where the Ormsa River splits. If Beauregard and Ormsdalr were twins, Ormsdalr would be the righteous brother trying to keep his evil twin from hurting anyone else. Okay, well, that means that this place is probably going to be overrun by Dredge. And then we're headed towards Arborang, which is way over here. So we've got a bit of a ways to travel. Alright, let's talk to Oddleif first, because I want to see what's up with her. Oddleif, your former chieftain's widow, is demonstrating fletching an arrow to a few people as you approach. Give us a moment, will you? The group walks away as Oddleif stands and wipes loose feathers from her tunic. I doubt you're here to explain your actions with the dredge. Do I need to? She looks at you in silence for a moment before clearing her throat. I wanted to discuss the clansmen. They're good at scavenging for food while we travel, but we could always use more fighters. But training them takes time. I'm not sure we have much of that to spare. Then you'll just have to find a balance that works. We're okay for now, but who knows how our needs will change. I see. Thanks. You turn to leave, but Oddleif places a hand on your shoulder. We should talk, Rook. At some point. Talk about what? You. Not you, the leader, but the man I knew from Skogar. She gives you a faint smile and returns to her fletching. Alright. Interesting. And I'm guessing weak caravan morale causes a -1 willpower penalty in battle. Maintain sufficient supplies and rest in camp to improve morale. A red skull icon shows that some of your units are injured. Use the rest tent to pass time and heal. Full recovery may take several days. Alright, that's what I thought. Because this, like, little skull icon is new. I thought that's what that meant. And we can also pan the screen still. I'm glad to see that still working. And that the art is still just as beautiful as I remember. I mean, that's like half the draw of this game, is just how amazing the art is. Quick drink before this next conversation. Alright, Bulwark. Let's see what you want. The Varl mercenary leader, Bulwark, and a rather large female fighter are talking to Juno, a member of the Spellweaving Menders Council. Bulwark looks annoyed. Nothing unusual. There is no haggling on this. You already accepted the offer in Boersgard. Get this one to do it. Get me to do what? If Juno is surprised by your presence, it doesn't show. She continues to stare straight at the Varl. Rook is seeing to the survival of this caravan, something I doubt you care to do. He won't be seeing to anything much longer if he keeps fighting like he did earlier. Hello, you're new. That is a lovely ring. Just panning around to see the art. That will be a common theme in this Let's Play. Again, what other task are you talking about? That determination will see these people safely to Arborang, but with respect, our discussion stays between us for now. Her look at Bulwark says she expects him to keep it private. Ivan needs my help with healing the wounded, but we should leave soon. See a Khan at the dock when you're ready. Juno leaves without another word. Fane Valka. One of these days, Claw and Fang will get thirsty for Spellweaver blood. Claw and Fang? His axes. The large axe heads are polished, the blades sharp, and the cheeks scarred from plenty of use. But it's the gray handles that stand out. They're unlike anything you've seen before. How long are you going to let Juno tell you what to do? You avoid his goading. Only to Aberrang. Then it's King Mynolf's job. Like he's got the answer to any of this. He'd royally piss himself if he ever saw a dredge. The pigtailed fighter laughs. Have we met? I'm Folka, a shield maiden in charge of keeping the ravens alive. Bulwark gives her a stern look, but she doesn't back down. I already know who you are, chieftain. I heard there's a problem I should know about. The Varl seems to grow taller and more wild as he takes a step towards you. You stopping to save every Fane idiot along the river will get us all killed. Makes more sense to only stop the ships when we need supplies. And get rid of half these useless people too. They're slowing us down. That's not going to happen. Humans, you're all the same. You think you have it all figured out in your short lives. You got no faint clue what's going to happen. No more than any of us. Bulwark snorts and turns his attention to a large, sealed cart behind him. His bear cloak back indicates the conversation is over. Oh, it's gonna be fun working with you, Bulwark. But for now, sleep. Alright, and there's actually like little indicators of what you're losing and what you're gaining from these. The normal caravan morale does not affect your hero's willpower in battle. Maintain sufficient supplies and rest in camp to improve morale. I think I'm gonna rest one more day. Whoa! That... I'm used to that taking a lot longer. Maybe they changed it? I think I'll rest one more day to cement it. And then we'll leave. The wooden planks of the well-used dock creak as you walk across them. Hakan, a warrior recently acknowledged as king of the Varl, paces on the dock. Not sure I was made for this, he says as you approach. Commanding in battle is one thing, but deciding how many chickens we need to bring? We both made harder decisions. True, Hakan says, but usually I'm following orders and only thinking about where to swing my axe. Now every decision affects the next. He pauses, then laughs deeply. Wagner, my last kender, would have given me grief about thinking at all. A dark mood washes over him. His death remains a mystery, but I'll figure it out. Let's sail. Yep, let's ride. After lighting the funeral pyre, the last villagers blow a horn in the distance, I guess. Find seats on your rickety longships built of scrapwood, scavenge, and Beauregard. The ravens find space around a large cart on their black-sailed vessel. Oars slowly move all the boats into the river's current. Alright. I mean, I'm not sure I appreciate the whole, like, everybody just telling me their backstory part of this, but to be fair, I finished playing this game about a week ago. So, I already know the score, whereas other people might not. Aleo looks ill. At least it's not the brackish sea, he whispers to himself as he steps around rowers and baggage to speak with you. I'm not sure we were all built for aquatic voyages, he says, and I hear Arborang is quite a distance away. My people could use a few hours rest on solid ground. A hopeful look from others sway you and signal for the ships to make land. Would you mind telling me why the capital is our destination? Aleo asks. The Volca, Juno, says the Menders there can protect us. Menders? The Skald's shoulders slump. We were all hoping for something more substantial. He realized Ivan and Juno can hear him. I thank you for healing my people, but we're talking about an army of dredge. You didn't even know what those were 5 days ago, man. Or, yeah, 5 days ago. I think that's how long we've been resting. The Volca and her apprentice share a smile, but say nothing. Dredge, Aleo says, almost in awe. Man and Varl's storied foe from oh so ever long ago. But they're real and here. How have they made it this far south? His glance at the Varl is met with both anger and shame. The longship rocks gently and the Skald grabs a rope to steady himself. If only we had the fabled horses to ride upon, we'd outpace the dredge and be on sound footing. His traumatized misery is almost as amusing as his thanks when he steps back onto land. Okay, so apparently horses are a fable here. This is the map of the world. You can explore it by dragging the mouse to pan and using the mouse wheel to zoom. Oh, you can zoom out? I did not know that. The location of your caravan is indicated here by Rook's icon. The caravan recently embarked from Leo's village and is traveling westward down the Ormsa River. Prior to arriving at Leo's village, the caravan had hurriedly embarked from Beauregard in the wake of the devastating siege laid by Belor and his armies. Click on Beauregard to find out more about it. Beauregard, an aging and senile mess of a city that can't remember whether it wants to sell you something or steal everything you've got. While Ormsdalr grew early into an important hub of trade, its twin city Beauregard became the place to buy things nobody else was willing to hawk. It's greatly supported by the potent items harvested in Reykjavik and Tistal, and plagued by huge disparities between the extremely rich and the suffering poor. Cool. Alright, well, we already looked at Ormsdalr, so I'm just going to click on that and then close it immediately. Reaching Arborang, the human capital, is the ultimate goal of the caravan. It is hoped that the walls of the ancient city will provide safety against the deepening catastrophe. From humble beginnings to the eventual seat of power for the king, Arborang is the most populated and contested city throughout the human lands. Its towering obsidian walls have been pulled from the depths by the weaving power of the Menders. As each new generation of residents build another ring of walls, the city continues to grow larger, more indulgent, and more dangerous. More dangerous than Frostvelter? I'd like to see that. No, I really wouldn't. The world map is covered with many locations and holds much lore. You can explore the map at any time, clicking on locations for more information. Okay, do I have to click on one before we can leave? When you're finished researching the world map, click this button to return to travel or to camp. Yeah, I'm not going to look at all these various places. I'll look at them if we come near them, but for now, I don't think I'm going to spend a lot of time looking at the map. You can return to the map at any time during travels by pressing this button. As you travel through the world, time passes, yep. Morale drops during continuous travel and when supplies run low. In order to raise morale, you must camp and allow your caravan to rest. The number of remaining days worth of supplies is shown here. In order to maintain morale and heal injuries, you must rest and camp. Furthermore, camping provides you with opportunities to increase your battle prowess and converse with your heroes. Click here to camp. Yeah, much more substantial tutorial this time. And apparently we get to talk to whoever this is. Also, I really don't want to rest. Can we not rest? When a day passes in camp, your caravan consumes a day's worth of supplies and morale increases. Alright, I guess we're resting then. I'll talk to this guy first. A strangely familiar man with a spear and tattoos beckons to you. His movements are somewhat odd, almost comical. You wouldn't be confused by Tryggvi's presence if you'd supported this journey long ago. What? The man's eyes glaze over for a moment before clearing. He now acts like your old friends. I've lost it. Lost what? My desire to keep going. The same as you. I'm guessing this guy is like a Kickstarter person? Because this game, for those of you who don't know, was originally kickstarted before the original Banner Saga was made. I'm guessing he is a Kickstarter only person who I now somehow have access to. I understand, but we have to keep moving. Bah, you don't really mean that. But you did, once, and will again. Unless you go down with your ship, Captain. Tryggvi starts laughing. It's disturbing, and as you walk away, you hear him singing. Yellow and blue will lie to you, lie to you, lie to you. Alright, so something yellow and blue is apparently gonna lie to me. That's cool. And at any time, you can visit the Heroes tent to inspect and promote your heroes. Click the Heroes tent now. Alright, what do we have? Items, yep. Click on a unit to view stats and promote ranks and learn about abilities. Yep. Do you have anything different? Nope. You just have Impale and Tryggvi's necklace, which is just a crit item. And every rank they were, and with exactly the kills they had. Though it doesn't seem like their abilities actually get more powerful. You just get more points in the stats. You only ever get rank 3 abilities. And we have pretty much everybody that we should have, except for, God, what's his name? Sigbjorn? But to be fair, he might have been murdered. Which would be unfortunate, but we needed those supplies. Ah, crap. I should have looked at what Aleo was. He's new. Aleo, what are you? Yup, you're a bard. What do you do? Tale worth telling. The Skald exalts his targets to feats of strength and heroism. His words buff an ally for 1 round, adding 1 damage for every 2 strength the enemy is above the target ally. That's actually buffed ally attacks an enemy of equal or lower strength. Alright. And then Skald Song. Skald adds +1 willpower to all allies if standing within 1 tile of an ally who delivers a killing blow. The effective use of this... Okay, so I want to keep him by people who are about to kill somebody. Too bad movement is not a stat I can upgrade. He has 3 armor break, which is good. We need more armor break all the time, forever. I also hope we actually get decent renown, because otherwise I will never be able to upgrade anyone. I think I'll try and keep this episode going until the game runs out of tutorials. We'll see how well that goes. Shouted orders turn several ships towards the bank. You have no choice but to call all the other vessels to a halt as well. By the time you land, a crowd is gathered by the water. A man in fine clothes and missing a hand stands in the center of the others. He smirks as you approach. That's a nice, sword belt buckle you have there. Real cool. And here he is, the famed, self-proclaimed ruler of us all. And you're the reason for this delay? I don't answer the questions from backwater scum, no matter how high they've risen in the pond. Then I'll stop asking. Get back on the boats. You don't know who you're talking to, do you? Rook, you might not remember when we first arrived in Beauregard, but I went with Bulwark to speak with the governor. What's your point? Well, this is Ruga, the governor. Ludin, the entitled Prince of Arborang who joined you in Einartoft, steps forward from the gathering crowd. The former governor of what was Beauregard, actually. Oh look, Ludin has a beard now. It does not look good on him. Careful, Prince. Rivers are dangerous, especially this far from your papa's side. The threat causes a few gasps from the clansmen. Ludin's bodyguard, the usually quiet Varl Bursi, growls but is waved off by the young prince. The Mender and I were just discussing Rook's banner. It'll make a nice addition to Beauregard's. That's not going to happen. These aren't the rules of the woods anymore, Rook. You're among men now. Try to act like one. If anything, Rook's banner would join Aberang's, or are you claiming control of the entire kingdom too? I'm just trying to guide my vulnerable prince home with some dignity and proper leadership. But it was Rook who led the fight against Bellower while you hid in your great hall, Governor. Overseeing a besieged town isn't hiding, Mender, just as fighting in a battle isn't necessarily leading. But Rook kept us alive across the frozen wastes, he did, cries a man. Saved us at Einartoft too, a woman adds. Others join in, listing your deeds and cheering your name. Then it's settled. No more delays. Rook is our official guide to Aberang, but will consult with me on major decisions. Everyone just get back on the boats. Yes, return to the ships. The helmeted guard next to Ruga makes a gesture for only the governor to see. Ruga laughs as the crowd disperses. Prince, your guide has a lot to learn before Aberang. Dude, I have killed less annoying people. For much less satisfying reasons. Prepare for portage. We'll carry the ships around. The ships groan as they're hoisted onto shoulders and marched across land. Navigating through the riverside brush takes time, but everyone pulls through unscathed. As the ships push off once again, dredge appear on the bank, a silent reminder of their constant threat. Sweet, we got morale for that for some reason, and then immediately lost it. The axemen and Varl pull away from their task to join the fight. Several die in the extended battle as blunted axes fail to kill swiftly. Eventually, the dredge retreat and the river is cleared. Oh good, we lost literally all of our fighters. We might make it down the river to the capital without any more trouble. You look at Ivor, surprised by his optimism. And I might sprout wings and start flying. Would that make up for your missing arm? Hey, I get to make jokes about losing my arm, not you. Suppose that's fair. So what are you worried about now? I think you should make use of this trainer and his tent that we haul around everywhere. You've led fighters in battle before, but there's always more to learn, so let's bank the ships and challenge your skills a bit. Really? We have to have a tutorial on the training tent? Please tell me this actually gives renown, or I will be very miffed. But first, let's talk to Ivan. You watch for a moment as Ivan, Juno's apprentice and the mender found nearly dead at Ridgehorn, moves his staff in a complex pattern, repairing some armor. Not a bad festival trick, right? I've seen worse. And I've seen better, like yours back in Boersgard with stopping Bellower. For all the good it did. Ivan watches you, studying your face before speaking. I know the pain in your eyes. Remember when we left Sigerholm? I just knew if we could wait one more day, Juno would arrive. And you were wrong. Like you are now. You saved hundreds of lives, each one grateful for your leadership. And all it cost me was my daughter. I'd give anything to have her back. Ivan's face falls. You don't know how dangerous that thinking can be. What do you mean? He seems to shake himself from some distant memory. Nothing, just believe me. You protecting these people, seeing them to safety, it's the only hope for the future. Ivan picks up the repaired armor, hitting it with his staff to test it. I'm glad we could talk, but I need to check on the fighter who is wearing this. Alright, now we have to do, training, because we can't leave until then. Well, come on in and let's have a look at you, Sven the trainer says. After a quick assessment, he says, Yup, looks like you could stand to learn a few things. I've got 5 challenges for you, and if you could finish them all before we get to Aberrang, well, I'll let everyone know you've impressed me, ha! Sven's laughter is full of phlegm. Let's start with a few of the basics. You think about what he's saying. You feel up to the challenge? I'm ready. Then we begin! Sven barks. Alright. So we need to form a shield wall, kill an enemy using puncture, and use heavy impact to damage 3 enemies at once. And I can't move anybody, so I guess this is what we have. And I need to form a shield wall. So I know what we're doing. Wow, that is a lot of armor that he just broke. No, stop hitting me from exactly 2 tiles away. Oh well. And we need to kill an enemy using puncture, so we have to break somebody's armor a lot. How far can you shoot? Okay, we have no way of knowing that. I wish they had changed that, that detail from the last game. I would appreciate it if they did. And I need to kill that guy using puncture, so I'll just hit him a lot and not actually kill him. Alright, abilityless raider. You just run over here and hit this guy with your 2 exertion attack. Hakan, live. Slam. Hakan. You just give this guy the, no, not the Sundering Impact, because that'll actually kill the other guy. Hit him in his armor. Oh, crap. I need to use heavy impact to damage 3 enemies at once. Crap. I did not actually complete the challenge. Oh, well. Hopefully I can do it again. But I suppose we'll find out soon enough. You have 4 strength, but you have 8 strength, therefore you must die. Or get down to 4 strength. Because from here, it should pretty much be easy peasy to kill everyone else. Hopefully I can also just do these at literally any time I feel like doing them, because that would be good. Let's just break this guy's armor a lot. And then our archer here can move up and kill this guy right in his face. And this should hopefully be enough to secure the remaining kill. Yep, there it is. Now do we retry it? Alright, we did 2 of the battle objectives. Does that give us... That gives us nothing. Good. Great. Check back frequently for more challenge sessions or spar anytime you like. Okay, I think this is like actually... Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can get that challenge again. Because I would like to... I'd like to finish that challenge successfully before we call this an episode. Because I can. It's already been shown that I can. But it's just... I need to do something that I didn't do before. Whoa! He has so much exertion, this guy. So much exertion, this guy. And also, he breaks through his armor on every hit. Get out of my way, fool. Get critted, I guess, as well. And then our archer can just come behind these two and start plinking away at their strength. And they all got willpower from that. Now I just need to use heavy impact to damage 3 guys at once. Let's see if this actually does it the way that I think it does. Yes, it does. I also critted again, so I did 1,000,001 damage. You can get punctured. I should have used one. I should have used all the willpower and actually did damage with that. Attack. Oh well. This is pretty much a foregone conclusion. I just want to make it so that this spearman can't do anything to anyone. And then our archer can kill this guy. Yep, it's a lot easier the second time through. Oh, and you're done once you complete all the necessary things. Now, do we actually get renown for that? Oh, we do. We get a lot of renown for that. Apparently, Sven is a rather famous old guy. Do you have more challenges? Knowing how to not hurt yourself, children can do that, Sven says. Show me you can actively mark prey. Alright, I may just end up doing these like once per episode until we finish them all, but I think that's actually where I'll call an end to this episode. So, oh my god, so many tutorials. I feel like people who haven't played this game in a while would really appreciate these, but I just find them so cumbersome. Anyway. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, check out, if you want to see what decisions I made leading up to this game as we go forward, check out the playlist link in the description to my Banner Saga 1 playthrough. And other than that, leave any comments you might have, as well as any likes or dislikes if you got them. Always appreciated, and I will see you next time.